Hello everyone, and welcome to the One Hub Racing Season 22 P3 tier, round 3, and we are in Suzuka, Japan for 27 laps here, hoping for a very good race here tonight. Some of your track stats: 5.807 kilometers long with 27 corners overall, 27 laps overall, 18 corners, 8 to the left and 10 to the right. It is the only figure 8 on, I think, any calendar. I cannot hear any sound. Give me 1 second. That is one too loud. Anyway, sorry about that. Total race distance will be 156 kilometers long. 1 DRS zone going into the main straight, with your lap record being a 1:30.983 set by Lewis Hamilton in 2019. You have the the C3, the C2 and the C1 tyre compounds here tonight, with the predicted 2-stop strategy being medium, soft, medium. Everyone is just getting ready up now. But a reminder of One Hub Racing sponsors. Next Level Racing sponsoring the league by giving prizes pure sim gear by providing a product that isn't launched yet, but that's going to the one with the most podiums. Gamergoo, you get samples if you're a trophy winner. Aztec Sim Sports, it's 2 different prizes and 2 different ways to win. The driver with the most fastest laps will win a set of pedals, with the driver who has the shortest combined qualifying time will win a set of pedals and boots, with our partners being Vespertine, who support our official apparel, ERT with the Going Gets Tough award and the league trophies, and SimGrid. We run our seasons through there. I think Ragement's just been disconnected, unfortunately, so we're going to be good here tonight. Just a couple of other things I think I had to mention. I don't remember exactly what it was. I had it in my head, but I don't remember now. But yeah, standings after the first 2 rounds are as follows. Jason leading the way with 1 win with 34 points. Nick and P2 on 33. Drillo 27 points. Lawrence has 20 in P4 and King has 19 in P5. I'm not going to go through the rest of them because there is 20 of the drivers, which takes quite a bit. But anyways, your constructors standings: Fryer leading the way on 52 points, with Aston Martin behind on 35. Mercedes, if you call it that, on 34, only 1 point behind Aston Martin, with Alpine sitting on 30, Red Bull sitting on 19, Haas on 17, McLaren on 10, Williams on 8, Alfa Romeo on 4, and AlphaTauri on 2, currently sitting in dead last. I think Riley's been disconnected. I may have to invite him. Anyway, we've got into the session now. Everyone will be going out for their first laps. I need to know as well anyway. I don't know. But anyways, couple of your previous winners here in Oichora in Japan, with Jimmy Matt winning in the P4 tier, Star winning in P3, KF SF1 winning the P2 tier, and Montana winning the P2 tier. So we're hoping to see some good laps starting now. I think it is Jason, championship leader. We'll go round the lap with him. Going through turn 1 and turn 2. Bring it into the S's now. He might get a little bit of block from the McLaren in front of him, but he's going round. He is getting blocked completely. Hoping that doesn't hinder him too much. Going through turn 7 now, down towards the Degners. Can he make it easy? It's just braking after the 50-metre board. Down the 3rd gear, up to 4th, 5th, 6th, and up to 7th now. Bring it back down to 3rd for the hairpin. Now we're going to go round turn 12 and head into Spoon corner. Keeping it nice on the power. But I think he has backed off on that lap, but I think the next one to be coming through, it is BA Williams out lap. Nick, the other one, I think it may be Woodson. It is. So he's going into Spoon now, down the 4th gear, up the 5th, bring it back down to 4th, going down towards 130R now. Can he keep it? Can he get a good lap time in? So 130R, keeping his foot on the throttle, down into the final chicane now. What can he do? On the final turn, Jason, that's not a proper lap, but it's the first proper lap. It's a 132, but being by over a second by Lawrence. Then we've got an AlphaTauri across the line. I'm not too sure. I think that it was indecisive. Crossing the line, and then we've got the other Aston Martin of Richmond to cross in P3 now, but beaten by Matthias by 4 tenths. It's a 130.612. Nick slots him behind, 3.4 tenths behind. I think that's going to be Mason across the line. It is Mason 131.397. I think it's going to be the other one now. It is a drill to come across the line. So 130.571, fastest lap at the current moment. Uvan goes in for it's not a proper lap, but it is just a lap to come in. Hookie's coming round 130R into the final chicane. What can he do for his first lap? Jumping those curbs very nicely, not getting too much throttle down while going over them, but across the lines. A 130.289 provisional pole as it stands. That was King Jin across the line, 131.2. I think that we've just had, who would that have been? It would have been not Nick, it would have been King actually, 131.0. And I think we've got the 2 Mercs coming on the final chicane. I think Quinn may be on a lap, but he is not. He's invalidated, so he's coming into the pit lane as long as his teammate Apex has invalidated. Ovan is going again, 11.5 seconds up in the first sector. So coming down towards 130R now. Can he get it right? He is keeping his foot down on the throttle, down the 2nd gear, up the 3rd DRS to be open in a second. And across the line, what can he do? It's a 131.538 in perfect position by 1, I think it might have been. Hello, Colin. Yeah, tonight. Anyway, who's coming on the lap? It's not missing the pit, it is Hooky though. He's indecisive going again, he is not. Jason into the pit as well. Is evening, Jess. Don't think you've said how was last night. Unlucky to see, you're the only one who's actually missing here tonight. Goat just entering the chat. Yes! That is Jonas and Basil coming out now for the first laps. Basil doesn't seem to be on one at the moment. Coming line 138. He's gonna go on for his first lap. Is that Jonas? It is, but he's still on his out lap. So now we are just waiting. They're going for the second lap. So Jonas has actually come back into the pits, but Quinn is going for his first lap. We're going to go on board with him down towards in turn 1, brings it down to 7th, down to 3rd again, so he's turn 2, going down into the S's now, turn 3, 4, 5 and 6, dropping it to 5th, keeping it in 5th, going through turn 6, keeping it in 5th the entire section, up to 6th, through turn 7, brings it up to 7th gear into the deck now, keeps it in 7th gear, drops it to 4th, going into the hairpin now, turn 11, again hitting the curb slightly, keeping it going now through turn 12 and into spoon, drops it to 5th, drops it to 4th. How have we got 16 comps in shot? We do not. What? That is it. But anyway, down towards 130R, Jason's retired. He's retired, that is on the exit, sorry, the entry of turn 7, but with 3, 130R, keeping his foot down on the throttle, dropping it to 2nd, up to 3rd, now to come across the line, DRS wide open first time, and across the lap, it is a 130.9. 3.9 for his very first lap so far. Can we see? Would have gone off there, I think it is. I'm not too sure. But it looks like Apex is not on a lap as well. Hooky just starting one now. And that is one of the foes back on the pit. It is Nick. So King is on a lap. He's already a 10th up on his previous best to come across the line. What can he do? So 130.8 and he improves into P9. Then I think we've got Trunders. He is down on his lap time though, so I think he's going to be going again. It's not Apex, it is going to be Kingjin. Where's Kingdom just gone? He has gone all the way up to P5 with that lap. Very well done from him. That's a driller back into the pit lane. It's going to be Woodson. It's going to be next. He is 5/10 down though, so it looks like he's coming back into the pits, which he is. Vaza is going for his first lap. Who else is to come across the line though? I think I've just seen Quinn, but he is 1.7 down. That is coming into the pit lane. That's not Matthias, it's Uvan. He is going to complete his lap to come across the line. What can he do? It's a 130.6 and he pulls himself up to P7. Currently starting in on the 4th row. If he can keep it like this, as long as in the pits, as well as Rageman. That is going to be Hooky to also come into the pits. And the Slicers just crashed. Where has he crashed? That looks like it's on the... Is that on the exit of 130R? Can Kingdom get there quick enough so we can see maybe? Where is that? It is. He's just lost the back end. Going through 130R. That is Tronda's down on his lap time. And I think as well it's going to be Baza. Is Baza on a lap? It looks like he is, but it is down. But he is still to complete it. So 132.4. That is Basil. He is spinning. That looks to be turn 4. Riley is back in. So he can hopefully get his lap done. That is going to be Mason coming out now. So they'll be coming out for their final laps of qualifying. There is 3 minutes left to go in this session. Can Hooky stay on pole position and secure it with his final lap? Or can Apex, or even someone, I'll make just a quick example, can someone like Matthias maybe steer it off the McLaren driver? If I am right, and I don't really know if Colin is still in the chat. Pretty sure he's Welsh. What's the... Holy, I just realised what the gap was between them. 10 hundredths, no, sorry, 100ths between Ridgeman and Kingdon. Thank you for pointing that out to us. And then 8 thousandths between Drillo and Ridgeman. That is very close from the all, but we'll go with the off-board shot from Mason going through the S section now. I think that is oh, that's a spin. Unfortunately, he's lost his wing. That's going to be his qualifying over. He will not be able to set another lap with that. I think that is now Matthias to come through the S section. Can he keep it on the road? He can, and he's going through turn 6 into turn 7 now. Can he keep this on? Going down towards the Degnas. What is this? Sector 1, 3/10 up at the moment. He would be looking towards getting pole position if he can keep it up like this. Going through the hairpin now, turn 11, going down towards turn 12 and into Spoon. He might be able to get a little bit of slipstream from his teammate going down towards 130R. If they can perfectly manage this, it would be a lot of help for him. That is King. He's retired on the exit of turn 2 going into turn 3 it seems. Has he got the slipstream from him? I think he did get a little bit of it. Didn't exactly see it, but he is still around that 3/10 mark, being up on his time, going into the final chicane. What can he do? Come across line. There is still 40 seconds left in the session, but to come across line, what can he do? It is a 1:30.5, puts himself P3 for now. It's barely an improvement from him, only about a 10th, and I think that's missing already. Crossing a line, I think that's going to be, is that Lawrence or Quinn? That would have been Lawrence. I think that might have been a Drillo as well. It was. So we're going to see, it will be Regiment. He is 47,000 up in the second sector. What is he going to be able to do through the final corner and across the line? What can he set? It's an improvement of 60,000. So he puts himself P310. Qualifying over, no more laps are able to be set, so Bazza and Riley can't set these laps. That would have been Quinn's last lap as well. He didn't get right. I think we also had a spin from Drillo, but that's Apex. He is going on for provisional pole. 9,000 clear for Hooky in the moment, but he is down on his lap time as well, so this is going to be over for Hooky. He can't get back into this. Kington puts himself P3, 1:30.437. Who's going to be next to come across the line? It's looking to be Woodson. It's actually not, it's going to be Nick. So to come through the final chicane, what can he do for his lap time to come across the line? What is it? It's going to be a 1:30.4. Puts himself P4 for now. Who else is to come across the line? I think that would be Jonas. Puts himself P14. That is over, and puts himself P3, 1:30.314. What is the other Mercedes able to do with Lawrence across the line? Provisional pole for the Mercedes, 1:30.122. I think that's also a spin from what's his name? It's a Drillo. This spun at the final turn, so unfortunately that lap will be over for him, and then Regiment is just come back into the pit lane. So that is your qualifying over. So that is your qualifying over here in Japan. Lawrence, with that final lap coming into play, takes pole position with a 1:30.122, 1.5 tenths clear of Apex and P2, with Hooky on the second row alongside Ovan. Kington and Nick sharing the third row, Wageman and Matthias sharing the fourth, Drillo and Trundles running out the top 10, Mason, King, Quinn, Jonas, Jason, Woodson, Balza in the decisive, and Riley running. That's your good. Riley not being able to set a lap. What a lap that was from Lawrence. I was not expecting that to hit that out the bag, and I'm pretty sure that would have been his first position of the season. So well done to him. Only a 10th set, 157 thousandths it would have been. But it looks to be a clear Japan here tonight. I'm going to check the dashboard quickly. Is it looking to be completely clear? It is. There is a chance of rain, but it only looks to be cloudy. So what a lap that was. All getting ready to pick the strategy. It's mandatory to stop, just to remind you all. So, but the spreadsheet saying it medium, soft, medium was the fastest strategy, but it's not. It may not be fastest, but is the recommended one. So in theory, you could go hard, soft, if you have enough softs left, obviously. And I think with Park filming on, Riley can't pick a setup. So unfortunate for him. But we've got 10 seconds until we are going. Question is, who's going to be leading down into towards turn number 1? And it is go time here in Suzuka. Formation lap underway. I don't know, remember if we had formation lap. I don't remember formation lap last time. Anyway, we get a chance to look at the tyres here. Top 3 all starting on the soft compound tyres. They are the C3s here tonight. Irvan and Kington on the mediums, with Nick on the softs as well. Rageman also opting for the mediums from Matthias, opting for the softs. The Drillo and Trondas on the mediums, with P11 down to P13, with Mason, King and Quinn all opting for the softs. And then it's not 2x2, it's 1x1 going through P14 down to P19, medium, soft, medium and soft. So Lauren's going to be leading them away. I'm just going to be checking something really quickly. Yeah, I don't remember formation lap last week. That might just be me. But anyways, coming on the final for Kane, we are going to be able to start this Grand Prix. Who's going to be the one able to get it right over and gets disqualified? Here's the first one, Kington as well. Who else is going to be getting disqualified here? Hopefully no one. Quinn actually getting disqualified. I think that is everyone except Riley on the grid now. Indecisive actually gets disqualified himself, but I'm hoping for a good camera angle of this. But we go to 1, to 2, 3, 4, 5. Red lights for Japanese Grand Prix. We are gone. Get your foot down on the pedal, but it looks like a good start here from Nick, and that might only be a safety car. Matthias is out on the main straight. That is at least a VSC for now, so we get no racing going, but that is Nick ahead of Apex. I think Rageman is just overtaking Trunders there as well, but already with a 1 second lead, it is Lawrence who has stayed in position. Kington already up 1 position. It's actually up 2 positions. Apex has lost 3 on the opening lap, and I think Riley's gained the most. He has gained the most. It is 5 positions gained so far for the Alfa Romeo driver. Now, whereas Woodson gaining 4. There's no one else who's gained 3, but we are back on the way with green flag running. VSC is gone, so what can some of them do? Drillo going down to the hairpin. Can he make overtake over on Urban, he can't at the moment, but he is going to look for it down in the spoon. I think that might have been Rageman and Trundles going side by side through turn 12. Can he keep it going in the spoon curve? Can he? He can't at the moment, but he is looking ever so close to the back of that Aston Martin. But Riley does get past the other Aston Martin of Riley's, of Jason. So they're going to be going down towards 130. I think Andrello's already gone through. He is going to be looking for an overtake on Urban here. Can he get done? Jonas overtaking indecisive down in the back, and I think that might have been a car off or something. Trundles overtaking Rageman going through the final chicane. We are now on lap 2 of 27. Jason's actually coming into the pits now for another stop, as well as Quinn, so both might have had some damage. Oh jeez. I was looking closer to the back of Mason, but it looks like Apex might be the closest one currently. He is within 3/10 of the Ferrari in front of him. Going down towards the deck, there's not normally a place to overtake. It's normally into turn 11 if you're going for one. Doesn't get it done there. Gonna have to wait until turn 11 if you can make this overtake happen. For the final turn, Nick might have been even closer to Kingdon there. I think that's actually a spin. It is a spin. That is Riley on the exit of Degna 2. Pretty sure it is. But out in front by 8/10. It is Lawrence leading from Hooky. From Kingdon by 1.4. So they're trying to pull away from the Williams driver. Apex wanting to get past the Ferrari of Nick as soon as possible. Close in on this top 3 pack. I think that might have been also a warning there for Nick. He's running a little bit of wide. But going through the chicane, Hooky setting the fastest lap currently on those soft compounded tyres. Apex just wanting to get past here, but he can't at the moment. DRS has also now been enabled. He won't get it until lap number 4 though, but Jonas overtaking on the main straight, no DRS involved there, but getting past Baza for P13. He is one step closer to those points playing positions, but Apex is still trying to get past Nick, but actually I think that's a spin. It is Baza, unfortunately for him, so he's spun round in turn 3. He's going to watch out for Riley going past as well. So he's lost out on 2 positions there. Richmond getting past Trundles again, because that is a spin for Trundles. He's down in P13 now. He might be overtaken by his teammate as well. I think Basil's another spin there as well. But this little pack here, it is closer than ever. Who's able to get past? Have both of them haven't coming together, but that is Jason, who's spun on the entry of turn 7. Apex is hunting down Nick, going down towards 130. Can he do an Alonso-esque move, or just get a move done overall? This might be an Alonso-esque move. Missing down the inside of King. King haven't give it up, but going back into the chicane. What can he do? Might be overtaking my Woodson as well, but he'd have to go off. That is hooking Lawrence into the pits for their first stops. So Mason now up in the P7, 3 of them coming to the pits. Baz, I think, has spun at Spoon as well. So now Kingdon is let free. Got no one else in front of him, only Clean Air. This is trying to go on the outside of turn 7, taking the back of the inside, going through turn 7, getting the move done. Apex, but just before the Degnas, keeping his foot on the throttle, getting past the Ferrari of Nick. Gonna be hunting down Kingdon now. I think trying to do another spin. That is in turn 5, in between turn 4 and turn 5. Kingdon trying to pull away from Apex, getting out the DRS range. What can he do this time around? Can he keep ahead? But I think Urban has also closed in to this little pack. He is within 3/10 now. So is Nick also going to be overtaken through 130R? Is he going to go for it? He might. He pulled out, but he goes back in. But what can Jonas do? Within 4/10. Not close enough, I don't think, yet. A tyres of the session have been taken out on lap 1. That is now Nick in. These tyres are not lasting at all. The soft runners having to come in very early. But that is King Jun. It is King Jun spun in going through turn 2, so Jess is not going to be too happy with that. She might be a little bit upset, but things happen. But he is still in the top 5. He's just going to have to work his way towards I can't say that, Jess. The top 4. I think Riley as well is closing in again on Nick. Nick, I think, is on medium tyres, but they are going to be cold after his pit stop. I think Tron as well, trying to get a move on Mason. Might be in the outside of turn 4. That is actually a spin. It's Jonas spun on the exit of turn 11. So he is down in the P8 now. I think losing a single position actually, but Riley is on the back of Nick. I think Tron is also on the back of Mason. So he's just keeping it in. Keeping it on the track. Don't get too many warnings. That's also Apex coming into the pit, so Irvan is now free. Trunders on the back of Mason. What can he do? But I think we might have to go to the battle at the front of the field in a second. But he's in the fastest lap. I think we all have to go to it, because Irvan's been overtaken by a Drillo going into turn 1. So he is now going to have to fight his way back past the Alpine driver if he wants any chances. But quite a lot of them already making their first pit stop in this race. Remember, they have one more to make, mandatory 2 stop, or they do get disqualified. I think that's also... Was there a spin there? It is a spin. It's Trunders. I think he made that pit stop, got cold tyres, and had been spun back around. So we should be coming back in this, but Jason is on the back of Quinn now. What can he do? Going through turn 11, keeping it nice and simple, but the Drillo fastest lap for now. Richmond is it within DRS range. Less than 3/10 now. Less than 2/10. Does he go for the inside line? He doesn't. He just sits back, brakes earlier, then Irvan gives him the chance to stay ahead. Is Nick close enough for an overtake on Apex? Maybe he has DRS. I think that's also Riley into the pit lane now, but he is pulling out to 8:10, so that's not going to be close enough for him. Jonas as well is closing in. On Lawrence. I apologise for all the yawning. I am pretty tired somehow. But Ridgeman's on the back of Irvan, doesn't go for the move down the inside the hairpin. Might be able to get him in the spoon though. That's also... Who's going through there? I think it might have been Riley. After he's come out of the pit. He isn't close enough currently. His Apex may be close enough to the back of Hooky for an overtake. So that's in 5/10, so that's in 4/10 even. He's going to have the slipstream down towards Spoon. Can He make it overtake, maybe. Or down into 130R as well, like he did on Nick. So now, down towards 130R, what can he do this time? Does he go for another overtake on Hooky, or does he just sit back? He does sit back for now, I think Rageman as well. Going for the outside line this time, turn 1, round turn 2. Can he keep his foot in? He doesn't, he gets run wide by Urban, but we go back to this battle for P8 now. Apex on the back of Hooky, going down towards turn 1, takes the inside line, has to back out of it. I didn't want to spin him round. Just keeping it in, keeping his foot in, keeping it there within that 4/10. He is trying to go around the outside of turn 5. Might not have happened there, but can you go around the outside of turn 7 maybe? Would be a bit overtaking space. And I think that is also, it is Nick who is spun in turn 5, but is still close enough, not going for it in the deck, and having to wait until the hairpin. I think that's also another spin. It was Nick as well. Can he go for a move in turn 11? He can't. He's just having to sit behind. So he's going to have to wait again for... um... 130R or turn 1, depending on where he is faster. Sorry about that. But Apex is really on the back of Hooky this time. Can he go around the outside in the chicane? Maybe going for a switchback move there. He can't at the moment. Rageman's also been overtaking Urban going through turn 2, I think it might have been. But on the inside now, he's taking the inside line for turn 1. Can he keep it ahead? This time he can. Apex now up into the P8, Jonas into P6 as well. So he is just sitting there, keeping those mediums lasting. Apex might be going for another move as well here. He's on the back of Woodson now. Can he get him like he did with Hooky? Or can he get the overtake even earlier this time? Down in turn 11, does he go for the overtake? He doesn't. He just sits back for now, waiting for Woodson to make a mistake and just jump in to the space that is open for him. Less than 2/10 in the spoon curve, dropping it only to 5th there, and keeping ahead. Might be able to go for a move here on the exit of spoon. He's not able to, so he's just going to wait down towards 130R. But Hooky is also on the back of him, so he's going to have to look to overtake, but also going to have to look to defend. But he is closer to Woodson this time, almost pushing him through 130R to take the outside line for the Apex. It looks like he has got it. Apex taking the outside line and getting ahead of Woodson. What can Hooky do as well this time? With Woodson having no DRS, going down the inside of turn 1, can he make this overtake stick? He has got it done already in the turn 1. He's going to be back on the hunt to get Apex. Already pulling out the gap to 5/10. I think Jonas as well going to be looking for another move soon. He's going to be looking for the move on Lawrence. He is getting close enough, but I think also Jason is closing in on Quinn. That's a run wide in turn 2, so he's not going to be wanting many of those. He was within 2/10. Now it's dropped to about 5. I think he is, if he is quicker, he'll be able to get it done even faster. I think Quinn actually is on the back of Mason. It is, so it's about 5/10 is that gap, but he is still closing in on the Welsh driver in the McLaren. So he is less than 3/10 now. That's Ridgeman over and back into the pit lane. So that's their first stop. Kingston is now up in the P2 for now, 11-second gap to Drillo though. But this time going down towards 130. Alright, what can Quinn do? It's less than 2/10 now. Has he got the speed to make an overtake? He doesn't at the moment inside of 3-second time. But King also has one as well. Almost hitting the back of Mason there. Well, Mason's going to be having DRS. Oh, that might have been... Well, that been a snap overstay because he's about to be overtaken as well by Jason, closing in rapidly, taking the outside line for turn 1, putting him on the grass slightly. Could have ended his race maybe if it was a little bit more, having a spin maybe. But King's also in the back of Indecisive. If he runs wide, has to give his position up. He gives 2 positions up now. Might have to give it up to Quinn as well. But he is looking so close to the back of the AlphaTauri. He is just keeping it there. Jason's looking even closer to Quinn this time though. Almost pushing him through Degner 2. Ooh, that is him running very wide there into the gravel trap. They're not going to be wanting that, losing position to Rudson as well. So that is a Drillo into the pit lane, meaning Baza is unlapped. Also Kinggen in. So now Jonas pulls in, meaning Apex can pull in towards Lawrence. Drillo only coming out in P3, so that's very good for him, pulling that massive gap out, but he still has one more pit stop to make. Hookie is all over the back of him this time though. So what can he do? Through the final S here, going into turn 7. Pulling in closer and closer, but I think the closest one at the moment is Quinn, I think. Is that Rageman? It is Rageman. He is Spawn. He's going to be losing the position to Kington and Nick as well. So he's lost out on, I think, 3 positions there. What can Quinn do? Going through turn 7. He is all over the back of that AlphaTauri. He doesn't have the pressure anymore from Jason after his little run wide in the gravel. But Indecisive running very wide in the Degner 1 and going Degner 2, so that has freed Quinn now. It's going to be chasing down Mason again. Indecisive also losing the position to Woodson, but as we look, who do we look to at the moment? Mason actually. He is closing in on King. Apex setting another fast lap. It's 133.211 currently, as we see, going down towards 130. But we're actually going to have to look towards this battle at the front. Less than 4/10 going through the S's now of turn 3 through the turn 6. Can Apex close in any faster this time around? He is looking like he has got tremendous pace here. He's rapid going through these sectors. Okay, time penalty as well, and Size of losing another position to Jason. But going in towards turn 11 there. Keeping it going, just doesn't want to lose out any more visions that he has. But Apex closing in rapidly on the back of Lawrence. If they continue to fight anymore, Drillo might be able to close in as well. It's only 2-second gap currently. So going through turn, I think that is 18. It is turn 18. Sorry about that. I did not know what the corner number was. But into turn 1, can he keep it going here? Can he keep his foot down? That's also the spin from his teammate Baza. Almost having to push Lawrence through. Ridgeman sending the fastest lap and overtaking Nick while Ada Jonas sending the fastest lap, taking it off him. But Apex looking like he has got the pace that he needs if he wants to come on and take this win off, well, provisionally off Lawrence, Jason Quinn and Incisive all into the pit lane as well. I think that's also a spin. It is a spin. It's on the exit of Spoon, which is turn 14. It is Trunders. But as we stay focused on this battle for P1, and Drillo is closing in. He's already gained about 5/10 on these two. Less than 2/10 going through 130R into the final chicane with DRS this time. Can he maybe make an overtake? I think Trunders is also spun, and that's a retirement from Trunders in the pit lane. It's indecisive who spun, but Lawrence comes into the pits, leaving Apex free to pull away and get the gap that he really wants, hooking in as well. So that would have been 3 drivers in the pits, but one of them has retired. But I think Indecisive as well as spun. Kingdon's back up to P4 at the moment, but he is being chased down rapidly by the Aston Martin of Ridgeman. It's getting within 1/10, sorry, not 1/10, 1 second now here in Japan. He is just closing in. Woodson as well, closing in to the back of Mason, so it might be a double overtake coming ever so closer. Woodson less than 2/10 now, going through the Degners. Does he have a chance here to get this done? Indecisive, another 3-second time penalty. We're on lap 15. We are going on to lap 16 of 27 here in a second. I think I've accidentally just turned off the UI. Did not mean to do that. But he is still closing in. There's another yellow flag. It is Indecisive. He's not having a great race here tonight. The Woodson on the back of Mason. Mason's also closing in on King at this point, next into the pits as well as Indecisive. So Lawrence is going to be able to chase down Jonas in a couple of seconds. Jason, 3-second time penalty. Indecisive has retired in the pit lane. So Mason's coming to the pits as Nick is coming out of it. As we see Kingdon being chased down pretty quickly by Ridgeman. But as we just see there, Riley getting overtaken by Jason there on the main straight. Quinn's already straight into this fight now for P12 at the moment. So he is still there inside. It's not actually Indecisive. It's just his car. Don't really know why it comes out that far, but it does. Apex is into the pits now. What is he going on to? He's going on to another set of mediums. Can make it to the end of this race, but those tyres are going to be dying towards it. Woodson is on the back of King, going down towards 130R. Does he have the speed to make an overtake? Does he have the pilot in the back of his car and the right setup to get past here. And I think as well, with that overcut, Apex gets out in front of Lawrence at this rate. So Ridson is also freed from the back of King, but Quinn is still closing in on Riley here. Is that in, that's inside his car, still going through the circuit? It's going through in the spring now. Okay. But Quinn's on the back now, overtaking Riley already with the DRS. So he's going to pull out to at least about a 2 to 3/10 gap going through turn 2. Nice overtake from the Mercedes driver up into the points paying positions, I think. I don't exactly remember. Yeah, it is. Top 12 get points here. As we see, Mason is closing in, but I think as well, Wageman's just been in the overtaking mind and is overtaking Kingdon now. I think as well, Nick overtook Woodson. It would have been there, but Kingdon is looking to come back in this fight. It's currently for P3 and I don't exactly remember. Okay, anyway. As we see down in P15, P14, P15, looks like Mason is trying to close in on King here, who has stopped currently. So everyone has stopped once in the top 5. Woodson still has one more to make, and so does Riley. I think that's also a spin, unfortunately, for Baza. It is. But who is closing in at the moment? It looks like Lawrence is closing back in on Apex. Could we get this move? But the other way around here. So Lawrence is closing in on the back of Apex pretty quickly, as I do say, but King is also closing in on Riley. His tyres are going to be almost dead by now. He's going into the chicane. Does he make the overtake? He has to back out of it, almost making a little bit of contact there. But he does. He keeps ahead for now, but with DRS wide open, he's going to make an easy overtake going down towards turn 1. Easy as can be. I think as well, that might have been Jason we've just seen. That is a spin, unfortunately, for the Aston Martin driver. Kingdon is also in the back of Ridgeman at this point, but they still have their pit stops to make. Kingdon is on the back of Richmond, but he isn't closing in as fast as he probably wants to be here. It's less than 6/10 going through the S's. 3-second time penalty for Riley as well. But going down through turn 7, what can he do this time around? Is he close enough for an overtake going into the diagonals or maybe into the hairpin? Or is he going to have to wait? But I think we see Mason as well closing in on Riley at this point. I think Riley still has to make that pit stop, which he does. Because his tyres are going to be close to dead at this point. So he is just keeping within that like between 3 and 5/10 mark, as well as Kingdon is doing the same. Just trying to keep within that little range of time to close in on Ridgeman alongside Mason, trying to close in on Riley. But Jason is closing in on the back of Mason and Riley at this point, so he's still he is still under pressure at this point. But looks like Kingdon is like a lot closer this time, going through turn 2. It's less than 4/10 now. Can he keep it going? Maybe get an overtake on the exit of the S's. He is just trying to keep it going, but Jason is also very, very close to the back of Mason this time round. Can he get an overtake done? But I think that's actually Lawrence. So anyway, Mason getting past Riley, but I think at the same time we saw Lawrence spinning out through turn 5, well, on the exit turn 5, so that's very unfortunate for him. He's down into P8 with Apex, pulling away by, I think that's now 8 seconds. I think we also had a spin from Riley. That is on the exit of turn 18, going on to a new lap. And he's actually going to come into the pits with that. But Jason is closing in really quickly on Mason. Those tyres must be a lot newer this time around. I have massive hiccups now. Give me 1 sec. Anyway, Irvan is in the pits as well as Riley. Kingdon also getting past Rageman, so he's up on the P2 now. If he can keep it going, he is going to be on for what, a top, what would that be? I think maybe a top 7 finish if he can keep going like this. He just needs to keep going. He might have might be a little bit hindered by that AI car of Riley as well. Who has gone on Ridgeman's still trying to close back in on Kingdon, but he isn't just about close enough, so Lawrence is going to be on the back of Irvan, going through Spoon and going towards 130. He's going to be a lot closer, but this time Apex is within 3/10 of your Nas. They still have to pit, remember. So if they can make this work, it should be Apex in the provisional lead. So Kingdon, Ridgeman and Jonas all pull into the pit lane. I think that's also a spin we see from Jason. The hooky is also up in the P3 at this point. Has he still got to make a stop? He doesn't. So if he can keep going like this, while Irvan is on soft, fresh, competent tyres, he'll be running very nicely in this race. I have massive hiccups. Sorry about this. It's a 5-second time penalty, speeding in the pit lane as well. But Lawrence on the back of Irvine, he is going to be under massive pressure if he wants to keep this P4 at the moment. Yes, I can. So everyone is making the second pit stop at the moment as we see Drillo coming to the pit lane. Where can Apex come out while Drillo is making the stop? Can he stay in front this time around, or is he going to have to sit behind Drillo? He's going to be on newer tyres, but coming down the pit straight now. Is going to be very close on the exit. Can he get out in front? He can get out in front. So Apex is in front of Drillo, but Drillo is going to be in P2 at this point. New tyres on that car. It's new soft compound as well. So he's going to be hunting down Apex to take this win off him. Richmond as well is also on the back of Kingdon, going through the S's. I think Riley's also on the back of Jason, going through here. But Lawrence just sitting around that 8/10 mark at the moment. I think Apex also pulled out to another 4/10. So it's going to be close towards the end of this Grand Prix. Mason as well, closing in on King at this point. So he just wants to get another point in this race. Richmond is looking closer and closer this time around to Kingdon, going down towards 130. It's about a 4/10 gap. He can't make an overtake here, but he might be able to do so with DRS going down towards turn 1. We're on lap 25 of 27. There are 3 laps left to go here in this Grand Prix. The question is, who's going to be the one on top of this? Ridgeman, 3-second time penalty actually, so meaning even if he overtakes Kingdon at this point, he's going to be behind with the penalties. He goes for the overtake this time though on the main straight. DRS wide open for him, getting the overtake done. So Riley's self-assessment again, unfortunate for him, but Jonas as well is on the back of Kingdon, so he might lose out on P6 at this point. Remember, Ridgeman, the 3-second time penalty. Woodson as well as death session actually. That's not gonna be good for him. He wasn't in the points, but he was still there. It's less than 2/10 at this point. Jonas is closing in rapidly on the back of Kingdon. Just closing in completely. Kingdon's on a second now on the gap, but I think that's Hooky as well has spun it. So with that penalty as well coming into effect, if Kingdon might be able to close in even faster and stay within, it would be 3 seconds, I think it is. It is. He may be able to get another position in this race. Drillo is within DRS range now of Apex. There will be one more time to get DRS in this race. One lap 26 or 27. Penultimate time. We are going round this figure of 8. Who can get this win? Is the Drillo quick enough on those soft common tyres? Are they going to wear out far too fast? Jonas actually have been overtaken. Sorry, Kingdon's been overtaken by Jonas, meaning he's going to be the one taking P6 at this point. But it would still be a very good result for Kingdon to take P8 in this at this moment in time. But Drillo is closing in even faster on Apex. There's now 7/10 is the gap Can he keep going in this race? Yes, it's now 6/10. He is keep closing that gap. Going down towards 130. It's going to be 6/10 coming out of Spoon. So down towards 130. He is within the 1 second. Penalty time. We are going round 130 as well. There's only going to be one more lap in this race. It's now less than 3/10 at this moment in time. So Apex is going to have to drain that battery to his heart's content. It's less. It's now 3/10 of the gap. Can Adrillo have the DRS and the overspeed on Apex to get past? He does. He does get past in the turn 1, so he's now going to be on for the win in this race. He is up in the P1. So as long as he can stay penalty free in this, it will be Adrillo to win in Japan. It's now 3/10. Jonas is also overtaking Rageman here, so he must have kept those tyres under around 50%, so he's still going. He is going to be on for P5 if he can make it stand, but it's now less than 3/10. But I think it might have been a spin as well for Apex, so he's going to be losing out massively here. 1.3 is the gap. 1.1. It's 1.2. You can't close in quick enough this time around. He's not going to have DRS going down out of turn 18. Kingdom actually 3-second time around as well. He's not going to get in that position on Rageman either. So for the final time, we're going through to 130. Can Apex close in? Can he stay penalty free? Can Adrillo stay penalty free actually on the exit? He does. For the final time, going through the chicane. Keep it on the track. Keep it within track limits. But this time, coming around the final corner, it is Adrillo to take the win here in Japan from Apex. Taking that win. Losing the win on the final lap as well. Unlucky for him, but he's staying there. He has gotten past Apex Urban as well, getting onto the podium. So very nice from him. Lawrence Jonas as well, taking P5 in this race. In the end, Nick gets the P8. With King Jen's penalty, we're going to wait around 10 more seconds or so to see Quinn cross the line due to that massive gap it was between him and Nick. It was. So he crosses the line. He takes P10. It will be Mason. He'll take P11. We just need to wait for it to cross the line. And that is a final person across the line here. With the podium celebration where you see Audrey on top. Coming out to take his top step on the podium. Very well deserved after taking the alternative strategy. Starting on the mediums. And getting past Apex at the end of this race. But very well done to the top 3 here in Japan. And a Spaniard, an Irishman, and a Mexican on the podium in Japan. But your result, Drello taking the win by 1.1 seconds to Apex and Irvan. Lawrence and Jonas to round out your top 5 with Hookty, Rageman, Nick, Kingjin and Quinn running out your top 10. And you actually have your points finishers, Mason and King, and Woodson, Jason, Riley and Basil, your final finishers with insights of Trundles and Matthias here tonight. So it's time for driver of the day. Driver of the day. Who do I give it to? I've seen good overtaking. Seen some good battles. But I think the first person that I have to give it to would be Adrillo, your race winner here tonight. Taking the alternative strategy, did you think it would pay out to get a win, and how did you feel overtaking Apex as well on the final lap to take the win off him? Do you think you were able to get it done, or do you think you had to just sit back? But the other one that I'd want to say would be driver of the day. I would probably say Jonas, actually. Starting in P14, coming through to take P5. How does it feel? Gaining 9 positions. I think you also went on the alternative strategy. Did it feel good to come out with a good result in this race here tonight? But that has been everything from me, Ace, in the P3 tier. Just one quick reminder of sponsors and partners: Next Level Racing, Pure Sim Gear, Gamer Goo, Aztec Sim Sports, Vesper Time, ERT and SimGrid. But currently going on is the P2 tier with Moore and Tom. Go and join them quickly. You can finish watching this, and then if you wait around until 8, you'll be able to see the P1 tier with Matthew and Evan. It's goodbye from me tonight. Go and join the rest of the streams. Goodbye and good night.